Hey, this is Mark from boatsandbikes.com, and today we're checking out the SeaYak by Prijon. So, Prijon's this company from Germany that's been building kayaks for quite a few decades, really. They're pretty well regarded for their quality and their innovation, but they're probably best known for blazing their own trail. They don't follow the standard path, and what might be the most innovative piece is that Prijon chooses to blow mold their kayaks when everyone else in the world chooses to roto mold. Now, blow molding consists of an extruded plastic tube that's heated and then blown up like a balloon inside of a steel mold. It's all done in one piece, and so there's no seams and there's no weak spots. And the result is a hull that's going to be really noticeably more rigid. Also seems to me that these hulls are extremely durable when you compare them to roto-molded boats. They're divinely stiff, they're more like hard-hull boats, and they're also quite scratch-resistant. But the rest of the design is pretty interesting as well. Now, Prijon has kept the SeaYak in production for, it's got to be 15 years or more. And in many ways, it's the model that really defines or identifies the brand. We take a look at this thing, you'll notice it uses a really large neoprene hatch, and that hatch is covered by this plastic hard hatch. Now, in the age of 2013, most companies use a rubber deck hatch, where these guys are using foam. Prijon also uses deck netting, where most folks use bungee lashing. And aside from the rigid hull, my favorite innovation is this usable day hatch, which is situated for the cockpit. And inside you find this neoprene waterproof sack. Now, unlike rear day hatches, this hatch is easily accessible while on the water. So you can see what's in it, and it's really a perfect place to store your camera. The deck sits fairly high, so there's plenty of room for longer legs and larger feet. And the outfitting's really pretty good too. Now, it took me a little bit of time getting used to what feels like a bit of a higher seating position. But it was comfortable enough for an all-day paddle, had plenty of room. The outfitting's pretty interesting. You've got the padded seat, padded back, and then an adjustment to the stern or to the back of the seat, and another adjustment that works all that contraption right in the front between your legs. Now, each Prijon comes rudder ready. That doesn't mean it comes with a rudder. It simply means that each boat looks as if someone had installed and then removed the rudder, leaving some hardware behind. You know, kind of typical quirky German specs. But the hull itself is about 16 feet long, about 24 inches wide, so fairly wide, 105 volume, about 58 pounds they advertise overall for the boat. A capacity of 8,200, and interestingly enough, a paddler weight that was only 110 to about 210 pounds, which I thought was a bit low for this boat. I think it'll do a lot more than that. But the hull is a rounded shape with a soft chine, so if you look closely, you're also going to see this narrow spine down the center of the boat with just this little bit of defined chine as well. So we'll talk about how that changes the characteristics in just a minute, but the stern has a very well-defined keel, and the bow of the boat is going to be more of a shallow entry. So they use a upswept kind of Greenland tradition style bow on this boat. All right, so what's it all mean on the water? Well, for starters, she's definitely a stable craft, and at about 24 inches across with this soft chine, there's plenty of beam to rely on that will keep you upright. Now, it might give the impression that this is a beginner or a wreck boat, but I would really disagree. I think it's more of a true tourer, and really thanks to that center spine that I showed you, the balance, to some degree, is always there, but it also gets up to speed fairly quickly and holds a decent cruising pace pretty easily. I found the unusual cockpit and fittings were comfortable for an all-day paddle, and the boat does tend to edge with what I guess I'll say is moderate results. You know, it is a wide craft, so putting it up on its corners takes a fair bit of effort for the result you get. But that's not to say that it's locked on track. I had no problem turning and directing the boat. I found tracking to be adequate or certainly good. But I guess if we talk about tracking, it's really a balance between straight and turn. So a boat that rides the middle between going straight and being able to turn. There's plenty of volume for freeboard, and when you combine the freeboard and volume with the rigid hull, the SeaYak becomes my boat of choice for launching off the beach and into breakers. Now, some years ago, I had a SeaYak of my own, and that was my steady date for a whole season. For me, the boat's strongest point was when the seas got a little bigger. I remember one day I was out solo, and the sea sort of served up a large section of confused and broaching rollers, and so the SeaYak felt sure-footed and secure. Was a nice boat to be in those conditions. The hard hull and the tall freeboard just added to the confidence. So, interesting boat for long tours, certainly something for your club days. So what do we like about it? Well built, excellent hull strength and rigidity. It's very scratch resistant. Again, a good tourer, something that would be great for going out for a while, plenty of room. Also make a nice club boat. Boat is definitely firmly planted. It's stable, but I wouldn't call it slow, and it's confident when things get dicey. I also want to mention again that brilliant day hatch up front. I think we're going to see a lot more of that being copied on other boats. Now, things we didn't like, it's a little bit outdated with that hatch system. The short-footedness comes at a cost of a lively feel, and that high knee and deck position is a personal preference. It's something you either like or don't like, and I wasn't that fond of it. So thanks for watching this video, and have a great day paddling.